What's going on, smokers? My pro wrestling smokers. Welcome to Pro Wrestling Smoke, episode 29. How y'all doing today? Are y'all ready for some smoke with your wrestling, punditry? You know what I'm saying? I'm here to say what y'all scared to say. I'm here to talk about what y'all scared to talk about. You get what I'm saying? So let me tell you about the sponsors. First up, none other than PassDat Apparel. Find him on TeePublic, PassDat Inhalation Partners. Great t-shirt designs for you as well as hers. Also, SmokeKind.com, the king of THCA, mailed right to your front door. Hit the referral link in the description. And last but not least, the queen of porn is also the queen of CBDs. She has her own line of self-care, pain relief, stress relief, CBD products. And all you got to do is go to SarahJ'sCBD.com and use the promo code BOBBIE to get 10% off your next order from SarahJ'sCBD.com. Great products for your pain relief, great products to help you relieve stress, and even when it comes to sex, she even got lube. Go ahead and check it out, people. Also, don't forget about the flagship of the STO podcast family. I'm talking about STO, the Smokers Lounge. I drop episodes every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Friday, Bonus Smoke Fridays, and twice a month on Mondays, which is known as Special Smoke. You feel me? So there you go. So what's going on, people? Another interesting week of pro wrestling and everything. And, we have a lot to talk. I have a lot to talk about when it comes to the AEW and the WWE, what's going on. And also wrestling news. Yeah. So first of all, we're going to go here with ASE. And people, I'm saying, I'm just letting you know you need to check out the defense of the ASE women's title, as Charity King will be defending the title against Jada Stone, who supposed to be in that four-way. And also the man himself, LeBron Colzone, will be going against Steppenwolf. This is the 7-year anniversary for North Texas Pro Wrestling. I do know about North Texas Pro Wrestling. It's a very strong independent pro wrestling company out of Texas. And trust me, is very good. And I'm glad to see that the ASE title is getting around or what have you and everything. And, of course, the next ASE show, now I got to get to it, will be the 2-year anniversary show, December 6th. And the main event will be the Moriarty of pro wrestling. 4th ranked in the countdown, but in the countdown for Black, wrestling podcast. And I saw he was ranked 13th on the BWI 500. I'm talking about none other than the Godfather himself, the All-Father, the leader of the culture, a.k.a. Darius Carter, will be defending that title against the Beast from the Tar Heel State. I'm talking about the man himself, LeBron Colzone. I'm definitely going to, like I said, I will be getting that pay-per-view. I will be getting that pay-per-view, and I will be reviewing it because I don't mind spending money on ASE. Also, as y'all can see right here, my baby, Alexis Lightfoot is going to be going against Savannah Evans. And some tell me that my world will get her shot at the women's title because I'm seeing that. And also, y'all remember the last show, Calvin Tankman came looking for Bishop Khan. So I'm curious to see how all that is going to play into itself. So Go ahead and get tickets. If you can't get tickets, please get either through their Patreon or you can do it straight to the site. Purchase the pay-per-view. They have great wrestling matches, great shows. I think Josh C, frontman Josh C, is going to be going against Darius Lockhart. If you've never seen an all-black wrestling promotion, this is your chance. What it looks like. And it's beautiful, man. It is beautiful. Now, let's talk about some news. Now, I guess because we're going to discuss, I guess I got to discuss AEW first because a lot of this news comes from AEW. Tegen Knox, who is now known as Miranda, is tagged up with a girl by the name of Miranda Alize. She is known as Nixon Nevell. Her and her homegirl, they are a tag team. They were on AEW. By the way, before I finish, Premium Smoke Room, the QR code, hit it, will take you to it. Please subscribe. I'll tell you about it later at the end of the show. Now, back to my point. They had a match, which was against Megan Bain, Maria Shafir. Of course, we have the women's tag tournament that's going on to crown the first tag champions, or what have you, which Mercedes Moné and your girl lost. But, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking. And they lost to Megan Bain and Maria Shafir. So this week, they supposed to have a match against Tegen, which is Ty Mello and damn, I forgot the other girl's goddamn name. But anyway, they decided to walk out and say fuck it because most reports I'm seeing is that because they didn't want to lose again. I think either Angle or someone, I think it was Wrestling with what culture. They were reporting that it wasn't that they wasn't willing to lose. They didn't want to lose in 3 minutes. They were like, this is our second match. We're supposed to look like something. Okay. So they decided to walk out. And of course, Tegen Knox, a.k.a. Nixon Nevell, now known as Nixon Nevell, had, I guess, some tweets to say or what have you. I've been seeing people tweet about it. They liken it to Mercedes Moné and what Transify 2 did. And I'm pretty sure you're going to hear everyone. Let me make this clear, right? Now, Tegen Knox was saying she wasn't getting booked too heavy or being booked a lot since she left the WWE. You, who was booked to be a jobber, decide that you want to do what most WWE motherfuckers, which for some apparent reason that keeps coming up, refuse to lose. We heard this. We heard this about Rusev. Rusev said that wasn't the case, but we heard this about Rusev. We heard this about Aleister Black, right? AKA at the time Malachi Black, right? We've seen examples of this with Bruce Brody and wrestlers back in the territory days. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I can't take a loss. You crazy? But here's the kicker. See, Tegen Knox and them was contracted. They wasn't even signed to the company. Now, I want to say thank you, Tegen Knox, because my girl, My World, got on the TV. Thank you, Tegen Knox, because My World might be getting an AEW contract because of your dumb ass. Now, they didn't want to take a loss. to TJ. Now, if I'm correct, I want to make sure that I'm not crazy. Okay. TJ and them are in the tournament, right? How does it look that the people that is signed to your company, who is in this tag team tournament, possible future tag team champions, lose to two motherfuckers that no one knows and was contracted? He called you back to come back. They need more female tag teams for the tag team division. So, might would have got a contract. But no, you didn't want to lose or didn't want to lose in 3 minutes. And you from WWE. You know how it is about time restraints. See, what happened is she thought because she's a former WWE talent, that she's bigger than herself, that I don't need to take a loss. Being funny that if they went through with this match, 2 weeks, a month from now, after the tag team tournament, them fuckers get a win or two. Get a surprise victory over Megan Bain and Maria Shafir. Win a number one, you know what I'm saying? Win a number one contenders match. They didn't even give it a chance. Now, I know they're going to come on there and say it wasn't like that this day, the third. Still, the fact that you walked the fuck out, it was something. It was something. Monet and Trinity Fatu walked out because they felt that the tag team titles were being disrespected and wasn't taken seriously. They wasn't taken seriously. Both of these ladies are former world champions for the WWE, main eventers. Tegan Knox couldn't even stay healthy to do a 6-month run. So you get an opportunity to be with the number 2 company. See what it did for the other motherfuckers that went to WWE and back. And you think you Bruiser Brody. Sometimes women can't get out their goddamn way. Can't get out their own way. So do you think that this going to hold well for you because you did this to AEW? So do you think Court Bauer is going to pick up the phone and call your dumb ass from MLW? They don't have a tag division. Do you think Billy Corgan, the NWA, which has a tag division, is going to call you to come wrestle in NWA when you walked out on AEW because you didn't want to look so much as a loser? You came to a new company. You can't be at the top. That was the big mistake TNA made. That's a mistake that many of these companies made when the WWE motherfucker came in. Y'all automatically put them in the world title hunt. Not making them earn it. Or just because you WWE, you number one contender. So that was mind blowing. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you know I'm around with what was it, GCW? You ain't wrestling Hog. I ain't go to. It's funny that I just saw you on AEW. I didn't even know you was still wrestling. I swear, boy, you can't. Now the other thing is, Tony Khan announced that there'll be a new title called the AEW National Title. Of course, NWA felt some type of way, and of course, Mike Mondo, who is now a national heavyweight champion, he felt some type of way. I'm not worried they're not going to make a replica of what the NWA did. So, and let's be honest, the only reason why the NWA have a national champion because they couldn't use U.S. champion because WWE trademarked it. So they had to go with national. Because actually that belt is the old United States title. Now, back to my point. I've been hearing the argument they got too many belts. It's too many belts. It's just too many belts. Another belt. Oh my God, another belt. Another belt. Another belt. Another belt. And y'all don't get why he created this belt. And two, when I sit there and listen to what the belt means. See, it's not about creating a title, it's what's the purpose of the title. See, the AEW World Heavyweight title is the top belt. That is purpose. The TNT title is the secondary men's championship. The unified title is a secondary title, or a third tier title for the main belt. You get what I'm saying? Period. Y'all wanted them to get rid of the trios title. I'm like, no, I kind of like trio division. Yes. Let's keep it a buck. The national title is his version of the WWE ID if they took the WWE ID and put it on a main roster wrestler. It's no different than what the fuck we seen with AAA and the North American title being defended in AAA. The thing what he said, this belt is going to be defended AEW, Ring of Honor, CMLL, New Japan. Basically, he created a traveling champion. Why? And he said even could be independent. So let me find out that motherfucker come. We already had the TNA X Division title defended at ASE. Take that in. So the AEW, this title is the title that is going to allow whoever it is to go to these other independent promotions or small promotions or the CMLLs or what have you and have AEW representation. Now, if they start going to like the Deadlock Pro defending it, ASE defending it, Progress Wrestling defending it, Rev Pro, guess what they're doing? Keeping up with WWE because scouting future talent. The WWE ID program, think about what this champion does. They pay him to go get booked to defend the title at these independent promotions. But it's more than that. It's for him to sit there and go back and say, yo, the guy that I wrestle, you need to check him out. Or 9 times out of 10, he's defending it against the top guy in that promotion. Guess what's WWE doing? Ooh, he had a good match with Cappuccino Jones. He's pretty good. Let's sign him. AEW still got to get new talent fresh off the boat. It can't depend on WWE or TNA releasing motherfuckers or MLW. So that's the purpose of the AEW national title. It's kind of how, like, back in the day, the Europeans, when they went, when they did their expansion, they send the priest in first. Well, that's the equivalent of the priest. He defends the AEW title in North Texas Pro. against their top talent. Guess who's watching that? Tony Khan. Guess what Tony Khan might do? I might sign him. I might contract him. It's a way of scouting. WWE is literally trying to have a hold on the indies wrestling circuit to where they get first dib at the hottest new face of pro wrestling. Evolve. WWID. So AEW national title is, once again, they're going to put it on one of their top talents. Who's going to go around and defend it? Now, do I think some of these belts will eventually be fused together? Probably so. I'm curious to see when Okada is going to drop the international, the unified title, which brings me to AEW. Blood and Guts is on its way this coming Wednesday. We have two interesting scenarios. In the women, the heels, as expected, has the advantage. But in the men's, the babyface have the advantage. Now, do I think the Death Riders is going to win this match? I don't think it will make good sense booking wise. Because one, I gotta put this. I know what's about to happen. Darby gonna be taken out, and Darby gonna make a return later on in the match to save his team, and they're going to win because it has to be it. Him and Darby then had a casket match, an I Quit match. So the question is, when will this end, and when will the turn of Jon Moxley begin? When the Death Riders turn on him? This could be after this. I don't know. Because, like I said, it depends on if the Death Riders win. Now, the women's match, I'm expecting the women to win. The heel team to win. The reason why, because one, either to keep Tekla strong or to give Monet a victory and a tap-out victory against Statlander. To make Monet look strong going into their match in Full Gear. Because all this is to set up Full Gear. Also, I noticed that the Ring of Honor title at some point be on the line is Holly Cameron, because she got a pin, which allowed her and Willow Nightingale to move on to the next round. Now she gets a shot at the Ring of Honor title. So I'm curious, will Holly Cameron win the Ring of Honor title? I don't think so. Because I wonder when Athena is going to lose the belt, because you can't just keep her as the champ all day. I mean, at some point she had to drop it. And is Holly Cameron ready to be the Ring of Honor Women's Champ? Curious. So, the Sisters of Sin, I think they have moved. Yeah, they have moved on in the tournament. So I think the only team that's left, only matches left, I think, is Mia Shirakawa and my girl Tom and Toni Storm. And I think Maria Shafir and them still have their match. They're supposed to be coming up. Actually, if they rest, no, because it was Riho and somebody going against them. So yeah, that's right. TJ goes against Maria Shafir and Megan Bain. So I'm curious to see how this tournament is going to turn out, and so forth. Now, I'm sorry, the Bang Bang Gang has, to me, the hottest interest. Period. And once again, y'all keep saying booking, which I'm gonna have a conversation about that too. the Bang Bang Gang is now going to be in the weights to see who wins between Bandito and FTR. Also, people forgot that the Bang Bang Gang was the team, the Gun Brothers was the team that defeated FTR to become tag champs, I do recall. And then eventually, anyway, there's history there. So, thanks to two other tag teams who distracted FTR enough, FTR took a loss, which a rare loss at that. So I'm curious, like I said before, they're setting up the feud after the tag titles. Because FTR, let's be honest, is going to win the tag titles. We love Brandito. We love Brodito, but I'll be very surprised if they retain. Because me personally, I see where this is heading. The next All Out, FTR, Young Bucks. We're going to have another match. It's time. We already got the Young Bucks supposed to be in this $1 million match with Don Callis, with the Don Callis family of what's his damn name? Josh Alexander. Some tell me they ain't gonna go too well. You feel me? And they're going against Kenny Omega. Also, we also had a great match with Ace Austin versus Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher, I'm sorry, that dude is something special. He one of them guys that came out of nowhere that you didn't even think had like that. And he looks like a future AEW champion, dog. I'm sorry. I was very surprised Ace Austin got a shot at the TNT title this soon. I kind of would have preferred down the line, and there was more of a setup for that match. But no, it was a barn burner. Love the interaction with the Don Callis family and the Death Riders. And, of course, Okada still fuming the fire with him and Takeshita. So I'm curious to see when Takeshita shows back up how that falls. What else all that went down? Of course, the Ops got the victory this past week on Dynamite. And we got, well, of course, Heyman Page about to do a Falls Count Anywhere with Hobbs. Joe and him supposed to be, I think, facing off in Full Gear for the title. Yeah, they actually supposed to be. This is going to be a good match. I ain't even going front. Plus, we are building towards Hook and Joe. Because that's the money match. Because I think Hook is trying. I think that this is where they're building to. Is Hook, Joe, and all that good stuff and everything. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that ends up. And that's pretty much what was the main focus, of course, the build for the women, for the Blood and Guts with the women. As well as Monet versus, Statlander. Now, I'm curious. Of course, I told you I don't see Statlander losing time to Monet. At some point, Monet will get the AEW title. But like I said before, I think after this match, because she at some point got to face Red Velvet for the Ring of Honor television title. And at some point, she got to lose the TBS belt. So now people thinking that she refusing to lose, I don't think that's the case. I think what Tony is doing is building her up to when she take a loss, it means something. It means something. She's getting the push that WWE should have been giving her from jump. Because you want to be honest about it, out of the 4 horsewomen, she had the worst push in WWE. Why I say that? How many times did she win the title and lose it the first title defense? Bayley had a long run. Charlotte, how many times she won the belt? Becky. Now WWE is trying to build a tag team division, women's tag team division. There you go, people. Now, before I go into WWE, this coming Tuesday, I am looking forward to NWA. I'm going to try to watch as Tom Lattimore will be defending the NWA World Title against the Thrill Billy Silas. Thrill Billy, God damn it, you know who he is. This is the second time he's going for the title. I don't see Thrill Billy winning. I think he will eventually become the NWA World Champion, but I don't see now. But I wouldn't be mad if he won. He already got he's part of the Top Heel clique. Tom Lattimore, I ain't gonna front, had a good run so far as the NWA World Champion. But I also know how Billy makes sure that his champions hold the belt for a long period of time. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. Also, Mackenzie Page, she will be defending at some point the women's title against Natalia Markova. I'm expecting Markova to finally get that belt. So go MLW. I think they got a show coming up. When MLW supposed to have their show. Hold on, let me make. I'm definitely going to take a look at that because when is it? 20th. Oh damn! It's next Thursday. Not this Thursday. Next Thursday. And I ain't even gonna front. If you look at the card is stacked. Shotzi versus Priscilla Kelly. The finals of the Opera Cup. Matt Riddle versus goddamn Killer Cross. Oh my God. What I'm saying? It's about to be on, people. Let's go. Now, let's go freaking WWE. Now, Lash Legend made her appearance on SmackDown. They finally brought her up, and they paired her with Nia Jax. Love the explanation, love the promo. Immediately putting them into the women's tag team division. And probably a number one contendership and a program. I see WWE has been focusing on trying to build low-key the women's tag team division. Because kind of surprised they put Lash Legend and Nia Jax together. But I like it. And I'm curious to see what happens with that. You got the Kabuki Warriors. You got Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing them formulating this tag team division. They just need to do more with it. You feel me? But with Nia Jax getting a pin over Charlotte Flair, which been a long-term feud lately, pretty sure we got number one contenders for the women tag titles. The MFTs and Y6, I'm curious. They're not gonna, and I hate that they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna be a war game match. And we still don't have the war game team yet for both the women's or the men's. But this week they really showcased Tala Tonga. He devastated Ray Phoenix. And I'm seeing all the people on Twitter saying, WWE fumbled Ray Phoenix. No, it's you're trying to put over Tala Tonga. You can't have Ray Phoenix look like this is Lucha Underground against a giant who you're trying to make a monster. The whole purpose is to build up the MFTs. So when we have this feud with Y6 finally, that you can see each one of them is dangerous. I like what they're doing with the MFTs. So I'm waiting. I'm looking forward to see where this happens and how this feud is going to be set up. First, once again, the Wyatts still got to deal with, Pagano and Psycho Clown. And the AAA tag titles, which obviously going to end up around the waist of the YXC. Let's just be honest. We see how it's working with TNA. We see how it's working with True. WWE is going to win the title of Dust Promotion, but you will not see Dust Promotion wrestlers win titles from WWE. So I probably believe Pagano and Psycho Clown is going to become the WWE tag champions. No. And Chelsea Green becomes a two-time United States Women Champion. Let's keep it 100. Julia did not have a good title run. Julia actually, in my opinion, can we just be honest? Julia's run on the main roster has sucked ass. It is crazy how her and she came in with more hype than Stephanie Vicure. She beat Stephanie Vicure. Got hurt. Stephanie Vicure did the devil's kiss. Now, Stephanie Vicure is the women's world champion. Julia loses to Chelsea Green. I forgot Julia was the United States Women's Champion. Am I mad that Chelsea Green champ again? Hell no. It was more interesting when she was champ. Plus, she's also currently the one half of the mixed tag champions in AAA. At some point, I'm pretty sure she will become a women's world champion or the WWE women's champion because I'm sorry, Chelsea Green is fucking money. And then, of course, I think we're going to finally have Dom versus his dad. Now, whether it's for the Intercontinental belt or the AAA title, I don't know. I think it's going to be for the AAA title. Because supposedly, rumor has it, that John Cena is supposed to become the Intercontinental champion because he never held that belt. And probably will drop it to Gunther, which will give his last match stakes. me personally, I think what's going to happen is either Rey Mysterio wins the Mega Champion Championship because he never held it, or he's passing the torch per se. Dom finally gets that win over his dad. I'm trying to think, have Dom beat his dad before? No, actually, he has beaten his dad, but I'm talking about definitive win. Because be real, Dom been hot. And like I told you, I said, and El Grande Americano, I don't even know why they're trying to make him a heel up here. Because he is so over in Mexico, it's not even funny. So, I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Rusev, because now Rusev, we got Penta and Rusev and all that. I'm curious to see how what's going to happen with them, or what have you. Jade Cargill made her first appearance as champ. Spirited, wonderful promo. I'm curious to see who's going to be her first contender. And two, how they're going to handle Jade Cargill, because I told you before, her first couple title defense should be squashes. I'm being real. She need to be built as a sexy monster, because she's sexy as fuck, and she's a strong ass chick. You feel me? No different than Nia Jax and Lash Legend should be monster tag team. I shouldn't see too many competitive matches with Jade. That's just me. So, and I love the fact she's a heel. Let's keep that going. So, like I said, we haven't heard anything about the War Games for the women's side yet. We haven't even seen AJ Lee. Right now, we still talking about Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch. Because remember, they said the booking difference. Tony books to have a great match. Warren McCart books for a great story. Because the Maxine Dupree and the Becky Lynch is hot, they're running with that. You feel me? And I'm not mad at it. Now, do I think Maxine Dupree is going to win? No. Because the money match, once again, is AJ Lee. So at some point, AJ Lee will return. But I think what happened was the Maxine Dupree storyline kind of got caught on fire. And they want Becky to have another title defense before she drops the belt to AJ Lee. Another title feud. So, and Maxine Dupree, I'm sorry, she's proven herself. It's kind of like with Harley Cameron. Y'all, people, she was a joke until she wasn't anymore. You know, I'm curious with Natalya, because Natalya's just there. She ain't even part of the feud but so much. So, but yeah, I'm kind of liking what they're doing with Maxine Dupree, and I love it. Now, on the other side, we have Stephanie McCure, Brie Bella dealing with the Judgment Day. Big Mommy Cool and Little Mommy Sexy, a.k.a. Roxanne Perez. At some point, I smell a tag match. I wonder who is going to be the one to challenge between them. Is it going to be Big Mommy Cool or is it going to be Roxanne Perez? Because I know they ain't going to take the belt off Stephanie McCure, not this soon. I think the better match will be her and Raquel Rodriguez. Big Mommy Cool. Not her and Roxanne Perez, because we've seen it. And two, I need to see Stephanie really have to overcome some shit. And who better than Big Mommy Cool? Plus, Big Mommy Cool has been on fire. She deserved a shot at that belt and a match. That's just me. So, because, apparently they keep it going between them. I'm looking forward for when Liv Morgan returns, because that's going to be interesting how that goes. Now, I've noticed they have not been playing Roxanne Perez and Dom a lot. So I don't see Liv Morgan coming back looking at her like, you trying to take my man, because we haven't seen that dynamic to a certain extent. Which I'm kind of glad. I'm curious, because what if Liv Morgan come back and she's like, yo, let's take this shit over. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a 3-girl power trip with Fatal Influence. Why we don't have a 3-girl power trip up here? You had that with the Kabuki Warriors, I guess with Io Sky and the other two. I think it's time for another 3-woman power trip. There you go. And of course, we had Drew McIntyre get suspended for Claymore the hell out of a referee. I mean, God, that Claymore just, I'm sorry. I don't want to take that shit. I'm sorry. That shit just, wow. And apparently him and Cody is not over. Apparently there's a few they want to keep going. I don't know why. I'm not. If you ain't gonna put the belt on him, why have another match? I already know what's about to happen. Cody gonna be like, no, don't have him suspended. I want him. I want a match with him. You know. Because now I'm seeing that it's about to be Aleister Black, which him and Cody had I sat there and watched that match. I sat there and watched the match on YouTube. Barn burner of a match. A match they should have had at AEW, but it's a conversation for another day. Priest comes out, and of course he fucks up everybody except for Cody, because Cody on his side. So are we seeing Cody Priest against Aleister Black and your boy? I don't know. Because this is the reason why people might be saying getting stale. The feuds, y'all not ending them. It's like the match they just had a Saturday night main event should have ended the feud between Cody and Drew. No, y'all keeping it going. He beat Drew twice. Now I understand that I get WWE booking. We have you lose as many times as possible, then we have you win one to get the belt. So you're going to lose your way into the title. So is this just another way to add more mileage to Cody versus McIntyre, adding Priest and Aleister Black to the mix? Because I'm sitting there like, there's so many other routes you can go with Cody right now. Yeah, I know people like, who? Where? You could have a short program with one of the MFTs. You could continue the program between him and Aleister Black. And Damian Priest intervenes. Damian Priest makes a mistake and hits Cody. Cody gets frustrated and upset and said, fuck it, I want both of y'all in the match, triple threat for the title. God damn, I'm a better booker than Triple H. Based off the way the story going there. Because she just took Drew McIntyre off the woman card. And then you know what you can do? Have Drew interfere in the match, cost Cody the title. Aleister Black gets the belt. I don't think Aleister Black should be champ. Or you can put it on Priest. Surprise is a good thing. Shock is a good thing. Y'all proved that with JC Jane. Everybody was shook when she won against Stephanie McHugh. And she done had a good title run before she lost his belt. See, I be trying to break shit down to people. Y'all got to understand something, man. If, like I said, I get that apparently they really love Drew versus Cody, but can we move on from it? But I get it. We about to get another Drew McIntyre. Where's the big pay-per-view coming up? I don't know. Because I think I heard supposedly some of their pay-per-views they're going to be doing away with, and they added some new, they trademarked some names for pay-per-views. And and then, of course, the Vision had a tag match. Jey Uso and CM Punk. Jey Uso gets pinned and the left decimated. Each time, hold on, I forgot, I skipped. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, excuse me. I'm getting Paul's right. Logan Paul challenges CM Punk for the title. CM Punk was like, no, not you, man. Anybody. But let's be real. Logan Paul is what I call the quota filler title defense wrestler. You know he's going to get major heat. He's going to give you a good match, and you know you ain't going to put the belt on him. Because, okay, we don't have Seth Rollins, who we already know was going to retain against CM Punk. So now we need somebody to fill in the Seth Rollins spot. So one, we can set up War Games, and two, give CM Punk a title defense before he has to deal with Braun Breaker. Actually, some tell me it'll be Bronson Reed before Braun Breaker, but that's just my thoughts. So, of course, Braun Breaker then beat the shit out of Logan Paul. Logan Paul come back later on the night. We thinking he's there to get some payback. And with the brass knucks, knocked CM Punk out. And hands the brass knucks to the Oracle. So now we have 3 people for the War Games. So now, because you know War Games is 5. It's 5 on 5. So dare say what LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Jimmy. That's 4. And I don't know who the 5th would be unless it's Roman. But would they bring back Roman for... Well, not because his face was seen on War Games in the commercials. So it would make sense. Plus, he got to get some payback on Bronson Reed. Wouldn't surprise me he gets the pin on Bronson Reed. Even, you know what I'm saying? But like I said before, because I don't know when Logan is going to go for the title, because I know that the War Games is next up, but I do think that's what it's going to be: the War Games and then the title match between him and Logan. Unless, because I don't think there's a Saturday night main event that's coming up. I haven't looked on their website, to check to see. You get me? So, and I think that's it for WWE fucking E. Like I said, this week in WWE was interesting. Like I said, I did happen to see Evolve. Next week, we will have finally the Evolve title on the line, where Keanu Carter will go against, Heartbreak Jackson Drake. Wendy Chu has been on a losing streak. Because Chantel Moore, she's something special. The more I watch her, the more I'm like, okay, I need to put a strap behind Shorty. For real. And then, of course, I think what happened on NXT this week. We got, ain't something probably coming on NXT. Well, I think, when is the next NXT show? Well, we know more build towards the heavyweight title. We know the Speed Championship will be defended next week, with Troy Jasper we going against Grande Americano. Now, y'all sit here and scream that AEW got too many belts, but WWE got like over 20. Okay. Back to my point. Now, I want to hear where different promotions. It's not. They still have 20 belts. How you have issue with one, you ain't have an issue with both, or none. Just my opinion. Of course, also everything building to, I think, their next big show or what have you. I did want to talk about this. I'm loving the Kalani Jordan heel turn. She's wearing it well. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen, because it's funny how they just don't want to get Jordan Grace any one of those belts, do they? Because I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I don't know about Jordan Grace, but wouldn't you take it as a slap in the face that you got me going for the TNA title? You know how many times I held that belt? Actually, I lost the title to come here. I would still be champ if Blade Monroe came in and became the North American champion. Tatum Paxley is the women's champ. Jordan Grace has no belt. And now you have her in a three-way dance for the TNA knockout title. And we know damn good well Kalani Jordan, after doing the heel turn, is not dropping that belt. So are you telling me that at some point Jordan Grace is going to get a belt that shouldn't have held, I think, 3 or 4 times? I heard someone say they dropped the ball on Jada Parker. No, they haven't. They just ain't put the belt on her. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Jada Parker is going to have the same type of career path as Bianca Belair. she will become world champion on the main roster when she gets there. Because she had too many good matches and she's being too damn close. Same thing with Bianca Belair. If y'all remember NXT, how many title shots she had and never won them. But look how many title runs she done had since she went to the main roster. So, okay, and yeah, my baby girl, her sexy ass, is Kelly Too Strong Armstrong. She'll be back. I'm curious to see, will she ask for a return match against your girl for the Evolve title? And like I said, and I'm still waiting to hear when they're going to announce a tag team titles. I'm like, because we all know that who's going to win them, you know what I'm saying? But we got so many tag teams. Let's do it. So, that's the gist of it. So, yes. So I am done with pro wrestling. And I hope I gave y'all some good smoke. And speaking about smoke, let me tell you about some smoke that's, podcast smoke that is easy on your pocket, make you hard in your pants, and also make you think. You feel me? So first up, the place where the conversation gets saucy, the tits pop out, dildos might pop out. You don't know what pop off. Let's subscribe. The Premium Smoke Room, people. I am prepping for my end of the year event, the Smoke Fest. So please follow on Loyal Fans so you can get DMs and messages on who will be the ladies featured on the Premium Smoke podcast during that final week. We're talking about for December 24th, Christmas Eve to January 1st, New Year's Day, people. Plus special episodes from Bella Queen Says It All, from the Chronicles of a Spit Queen, as well as Deep in Them Guts with Queen Bunny B, as well as some live from the VIP Smoke Room on X, plus live from the VIP Smoke Room, the VIP Smoke Room itself, as well as live from the VIP Smoke Room on X. We will have, I will announce that close to the time of who will be live that week, as well as I will be dropping some Smoke This Over Dark, STO Dark podcast episodes around that time, and I also plan to drop some this month. You feel me? Also on Spotify, I got a subscription site as well, as I have two wonderful podcasts you enjoy. Had to Smoke On, where I give my unapologetic, unpopular, and controversial opinions, views, and discussion upon certain topics that I feel like discussing at that moment. And Savage Smoke, the place where the men of porn get their shit off, as I talk to the industry's top male talents and producers, and we give you that real smoke about porn from a male perspective. You feel me? So whether it's Premium Smoke, you had the smoke on it, or you need some Savage Smoke, either way, please subscribe to the Smoke. And don't forget about the flagship of the STO podcast family, STO The Smokers Lounge. I'm talking about episodes 3-4 days out of the week, with special episodes dropping every other Monday. You feel me? So, yeah. So next week, I think we will talk more about, I will review Blood and Guts and see who won what and what happened, as well as any news from ASE Wrestling, as well as what happened in WWE, and also, whatever else I might want to talk about when it comes to pro wrestling. So with that being said, I'm out, and you know how we end these things. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. We out.